Welcome, welcome, welcome. I am Agent Orange, apparently. Um, Coming to you, episode 727. I don't even remember what I wrote now. Of the live stream. 6 years. Daily live streams. This is the second one of the week. It's Thursday. So not daily anymore. Um, Lots of things going on. Generally, by now in the week, I would have shown off single issues, trade paperbacks that came out this week. I would have shown off big redesign I did in the shop, things. But frankly, most of my free time between customers, which thank God have had the uptick that we get towards the middle to end of August. A lot of people about to go back to school, stocking up on stuff. A lot of people having their brief vacation where they go out of town from somewhere else in New York or other Eastern Seaboard areas, and yeah, it's been busy. But mostly what's been keeping me busy between that has been the hold list system. If you follow the live stream, I have been working with a new hold list system for about a month and a half. I signed like a deal with them about a month and a half ago, and about 2 weeks ago, we started the trial run. And there are so many things in this that are just not time feasible for me. I think there's a reason behind most of them. For different kinds of businesses, they want like everything has a triple check. Okay, okay, okay. Because again, your employees doing this, you need to hold them responsible if the computer is turned on finally. It decided its Windows decided it was going to update itself right when I started the day. But yeah, this hold list system has been what is taking most of our time up. In between, thank God, an increase in customers. Basically, the biggest part has been that for the last year, we haven't really had a good system for customers to update their pull list. It's been them emailing me going into a system that worked fine, but didn't give me back the information, the lists of what I needed for my customers in a way that was good for my workflow. Holy moly, it looks like this entire computer has reset itself, and I wonder if it will even have the programs on it. I think it has switched to some sort of new version of Windows, and I am horrified. Okay, all my stuff is still there. Wow, Windows. Don't know. I literally got it for this system. You want to see Windows? You want the beer. My wife is here drinking beer and eating wings and listening to a book, so that she doesn't have to hear my voice. So this is a very enjoyable book, she says. But anyway, I got some wings myself here to eat, so that'll be nice. Once I've explained the situation. The situation is I have some wings and I'm going to eat them. Dipping sauce. Where'd my mead go? She took my mead. Well, I will drink out of the bottle. Homemade mead from a friend of mine. Been sitting in my house a few years. But if we're finally doing a live stream where we talk about this new system, mead needed to be involved. Wings didn't need to be involved, but I went with it anyway. Anyway, it's rude. I'm not going to eat while I talk. Rude. Anyway, this new system is very time consuming in that, let's say I wanted to take a customer whose information was uploaded here from our previous database onto the online system. I must go to their name, create a username for them, create a password for them, confirm it, like again, everything's confirmed 3 times, 1, 2, 3. And then within the hour, they will have access on the website. No one's telling them that. I also have to let them know this. There's an email capability, but since we're still in the trial period here, I can't link it up yet. So getting people onto the onboarding, at this point we have less than 100 regular customers. I think I just adjusted the numbers that I had there, and it's like 110. but many of them get very, very, very few books. So it's less than 100 regular customers. I think I've onboarded about 20 of them in that current system. And that's like the easiest thing, and also to be the most important thing. I want everyone's hold list updated before I'm really going on there and putting every invoice I get through the system to see what the hold lists are. Again, we had multiple, I've discussed this ad infinitum, but we've had multiple systems before this where I did not need to add each of my invoices from each of my retailers. I could just see what the hold list system had. But no one wants to do that anymore. And I feel very Cory Doctorow-y, that it's like, it's why? Like, why can't we just generate that list? Why can't you just show me, here's everything that your hold list system tells you is out this day? No. You have to give us all your invoices. We have to read all your information. We have to use it in POS. I'm not using it as a POS. Well, then that function won't work, but that's how it's made to work. But why is it made to work that way? Because they want my metrics. They want my numbers to sell to someone else. That's why. It's absurd. But it's not, I don't even mean that, like, it's not a conspiracy thing. Like, that's in the contract I signed. Now, of course, I cannot remember my password because I have auto-logged into the system 5 times. And, of course, I left it elsewhere. But there we go. I remembered. We're logged back in. I know that, I knew that when I got into it. It's not like I didn't realize that. It's not like I didn't realize that they were using me as the product to see sales numbers and sales charts, whatever. There's already Comics the Magazine collects information from 2 different systems like this. The Beat pays one of the systems, I believe, for information to do. That's why someone would make such a system. Fine. But then that system has to deliver for me what I need it to do. And very often there's last system did not give me customer facing. Again, we've discussed ad infinitum, other issues I had and other things that went on there that made it difficult for me to use them. But at the end of it, they didn't give me customer facing. This is giving me customer facing. All 20 people who have gone on and logged on, well, no, I've given it to 20 people. All 10 who have gone on and logged on and updated their stuff have told me it's fine. They don't love it, or they have no comment on it, but they're fine. They're updates. They deleted a lot of stuff. There was things that were messed up, and they fixed it. Multiples couldn't find certain things in the system. One guy couldn't find the system. It turned out it was my fault because I was supposed to upload something that I didn't do to the database. It's kind of working, but like I'm looking at it right now, and I'm in version 1.1.75. I am basically in a beta of this thing, and I just don't feel like I should be paying the kind of money I'm paying for it. The way it works right now, it's incredibly frustrating. I think I'd rather like pay them a fee for cleaning up my database and then like leave, because it's absurd. Again, if I wanted to switch over and use them as a POS, sure, but I don't. And leveraging difficulty to make me do that is not helpful. But anyway, let's go to manage subscriptions. And we're going to go to the only way that, as of now, I know how to look up customers. Go to manage subscriptions, look up customers, and then you get a screen of list of customers. And you will alphabetize them because they do not automatically alphabetize. They automatically go in customer number. We have 117 customers listed, but I deactivated about 20 of them. And then you go one by one down to 120 people and activate their accounts. To activate their accounts, let's go to, who's here? Michael, I did. Right, let's go to Michael. Let's double check. I went to Michael. And he has a pullbox username. Excellent. Go to Ray. I don't think Ray does. And Ray does not. So we will go to Ray. And we will. This is literally what I did for hours the other day. We will pullbox login configuration. and we will make up a username. In this case, it'll be Ray D. And then we will make up a password. In this case, it will be. I'm not going to say his password out loud, but it is.
Razzle dazzle.
It is not indeed my wife, Razzle Dazzle. No.
Ray D. Razzle dazzle.
That is a wonderful password, but I don't believe you'll remember it. And I won't remember what I just wrote if you say that. So let's get to the next step where I prepare. You are evil. She's evil, folks. Go into my email and send an email to Ray telling him, "Hey Ray, I made you an account." Now again, I'm sure I can automate this. If people weren't busy using AI to draw Judy Hopps naked, I could use AI to do this. But
Razzle dazzle indeed.
Razzle dazzle indeed. Razzle dazzle. Give them the old flim flam floozy. Where the hell's it go?
I have no idea.
You don't know?
I don't know.
Why would you bring it up? Why would you bring up Razzle Dazzle and not know the words to Razzle Dazzle from Chicago?
I know some of the words.
So yeah,
I have to go hang up laundry. I don't know.
She's going to hang up some laundry.
I really don't want
Because you're fighting against the patriarchal standards set upon you as a woman.
to.
That's why she
I'm
doesn't want to do
fighting
it.
so hard.
Yep, she is a fighter. That's her. I lost that whole pull box configuration. Thank you, wonderful woman. You. To not say, to not go. And no one's even watching this live stream now. What the hell, man?
Let me have a piece of that, and I'm gonna go and do my stupid job.
I would offer to trade a job with you, but I'm afraid all my customers' passwords are going to be like, dude, I don't know what the hell this says.
That one's Razzle Dazzle 69.
Yeah, exactly. Why? What do you mean why? That's because it's a fun password. You'll remember it. I think you mean you're welcome. Right? Razzle Dazzle 69. Great password. Okay, we've just made things easier. Everyone's password is going to be Razzle Dazzle 69. Come on. Anyway, eating wings. Talking about how boring the data part of my job is. I tried to explain this to someone. When they were like, well, who in their right mind would do that? I'm like, are you kidding? Most comic shops have an employee, very often the boss, who loves spreadsheets and data entry and is interested and wants to see this because of the way it's going to do metrics. It can track people's purchases. You can literally know everything a person's ever bought from you and when the sale happened and in what quantity. Like, people love this stuff. But we're one guy. I just don't have time to get into all of this. I barely have time to eat my dinner, do this work, sell freaking comics all day long. Like I said, thank God, today was very busy. We had a lot of people in. But my this most tedious task, which has to be done, emailed about. Email sat on for an hour or sent on a delay because the system takes an hour to boot it. It's like, it's insane. So with all that, this didn't get done. I did a lot of other things. Sold a lot of comics. A decent day. Joe, a regular Joe. I'm not sure Joe's ever seen me do a live stream eating wings. Could tell you. Just last week we were talking about Absolute Batman, the sales numbers on it, and it's very true. But a huge part of that comes from these kids growing up on Dogman, growing up on Raina. They read comics. They know comics can be like, wow, can really grab them. And the new generation of kids, it's even more so. It's like the only thing they read. So comics is doing well with that. But those kids also, 80% of them, they don't want a whole list. They don't want to. There's the few, and there's a lot more of them now than there were 2 years ago. 16 to 20-year-olds, high school seniors, college juniors, that age range, who are totally into their home list. Gianni has been coming to my store for 10 years. When he was a little kid, he was 11 or 12, he would come into town with his family, and he'd run into the store, he'd get to spend a few minutes in there, and then he'd have to go. When he was 13, 14, he would bike into town on his own and get to spend time at the store. But he couldn't buy a lot. His parents didn't want him wasting money on comics. He would buy back issues. He talked to me about why the Punisher was cool, and Marvel movies. And now he's 22. He's about to finish college, and he has a weekly pull list. But like, it's a slow process when you start reading comic books. You don't jump in. It's not healthy. I have two guys who have been picking up Absolute Batman, and one of them has become like weekly. He calls on Tuesday if he's not going to be there Wednesday. Hey, could you grab me? If he comes in on a Sunday, because he works in town, he comes in on a Sunday, he'll be like, oh, hey, could you hold me Absolute Batman? Like, he's waiting for this system. He's the reason I want to do it. But I've got another guy who needs a system because every week he's got like 13 variants. They're both like high school seniors. He's got 13 variants he wants. And he needs to grab them. Can you get me this? Can you get me that? And so far he's been doing it by email because he's only been doing it for 3 months. We haven't had a good system. So I want to get this for them. I want to have this working, but the amount of work it takes to get it to the most basic functioning level is insane. It's really something I've never dealt with before. I've dealt with systems in beta on lots of things. This is it's not ready. So I don't know. I got to talk to them about it, but I really do want it for my customers. Anyway, I'm going to take a bite of wings because I am really hungry. Like I said, been working all day. And you can throw out any comments. Anyone wants to say anything about comic shops, local comic shops. I don't know. Come on, wait. Nothing, huh? It's just high quality content, people. Comic retailer bitching about system while he eats wings? Come on. This is Peabody level stuff. Anyway. It's just a real frustration that I'm facing right now because I do want this system and I want it to work. Unlike the last system, it's within reach in the sense of I sign people up for this thing, they go in there, and as long as I can stay on top of things, which is something I'm not, the greatest at, or I'm very good at staying almost on top of a lot of things, fully on top of only very few things, I don't know. I'm assuming I can stay up on it, it should be fine and work, but it's a lot of work on my end for things that I find very bizarre. I just find the way the whole thing works bizarre. And it's strange to me that 10 years into comic retail, a blip in the radar, things are incomprehensible to me in how they are doing business. I think that's fascinating. What it says about, I don't know, what was it? Not Murphy's Law, exponential growth of technology thing. Anyway, so now I've got to redo this whole thing for Ray because I got interrupted. Let's put Ray's email address in there. Put it in the email. Subject, new pull box system. Isn't this fun? This is what I did for each person. Which again, many of us, I've had more boring jobs than this, but there's almost, again, every other system I've used has had some way to let people know that they are now part of an online system rather than me sending them an individual email. It's just, again, just doesn't feel ready. I want to look for the emails I've sent recently. When I sent that. It's not there. All right. I don't think it's fair to the live stream for me to keep doing this on the live stream. It's very, very tedious. So I'm going to head off. But yeah, if you've been watching the show for a while, you're wondering why we sort of fall behind, hold lists and weekly stuff has gotten so unmanageable that I really was hoping that this hold list system was going to lock things in, but it's taking a lot more time than I thought to onboard it and get it ready. So that is why we have not been looking at new books. There is a post up on Instagram/Facebook looking at all the new books this week. So feel free. I'm going to finish my dinner and really like dive into this freaking thing and just send lots and lots and lots of account emails and God willing get some sleep tonight and be back hopefully tomorrow to do at least our 3 a week with a week in review where I talk a little bit more about everything that happened rather than about this system that's just taking up a lot of the week. All right, until then, remember, damn it babies,